in their traditional red and having a breakaway early. It's Custodes. Nice hustle back by McDonald, but Vimala just misses the net. Didn't challenge the keeper, Ethan Harwood, for the Gaels. He was delayed getting here. Here's Darren Elliott. Keeper at the other end of the floor is Josef Slavik. I was wondering watching the a goal! The first goal of the game. It is scored by Langle. Actually, there he is, Ryan Langle. He's wearing the 18, not the 28. It's listed on the roster. That's a huge one to get things going. He just squeaks that by. I was watching the warm-up and saw that Josef Slavik was actually sitting over on the bench. Not really part of things. I guess that's, goalies are a little different. And he was just watching. And Slavik, actually. Yeah, and Jakob Marsh was taking the warm-up, but I'm not sure Marsh is even the backup. Here's Green Gaels coming back over center. Beckett with possession. Cam Milligan thinking about letting it rip. Passes across. Langle looking for another one. I'm not sure Langle had scored. He had no points in this tournament until that. That's a huge first one to get things rolling in the first half of these two 15-minute running time halves. Stop time for the final 2 minutes of the second half. John Weller is down near center. He's just under where the camera is, and he is just laying there. He is badly hurt or shaken up. He's going to get up and make his way to the bench, showing some grit to get over there. And then I think he actually, the fans didn't like that because he took a bit of a swat at Thomas Knotek as he went off. Now Knotek on one side and Weller on the other are both kind of bent over in pain. Pass through, behind the back flip from Elliott. It's on the back side of the net. It will be Custodes' ball. Will pass out by Slavik. Jan Hulish, a talented youngster, a little slip. Conditions are a bit slick. Here's Jiří Loskot. There's been some rain today. Dominic Pesek, blast one, scores. Hard bouncer to the far side, and the alternate captain puts one in and ties it up. We're just 3 minutes in. We've got 2 goals. I'm Stephen Stamp, very pleased to be bringing you this final quarterfinal. And you can see the power Pesek gets behind that one. He is no stranger to scoring goals for the Czech Republic and LC Custodes. Certainly no stranger to scoring here at the tournament. Here comes Bryce Tolman. He has been dynamite in this tournament. Shoots and just misses. And you see the Gaels looking very solid on their feet. I know they managed to borrow some shoes a lot, and Tolman was saying as he was packing to come, he had his outdoor turf shoes with the nubs in one hand, thinking, I'm not going to need those. It's just a rink. And of course, with the rain, and we had some hail the other day, it turns out they would have been a pretty good idea, but they did manage to get some shoes that are helping them out here. And Cam Milligan, who's been scoring in bunches since the first game. The first game didn't do a whole lot, but since then he has really been dynamite for the Green Gaels. And he almost got another one there, but a nice save by Josef Slavik. Here's Thomas Prohaska. Up to Loskot. Dominic Pesek wants it. He takes the pass. He's looking to facilitate. Step on Friedel. Great defensive slide there by Shane Bachman. Ball is knocked loose, and it will be Gaels' possession. The captain, Brendan McFarlane. A lot of mix on this Green Gael club. We have Ben McDonald, number 7. Brandon Brendan McDonald, spelled differently with just the MC, number 22, and as we just saw, Brandon McFarlane, number 11. Tolmie is down, he gets back up. Pesek has it, comes across to Hulish. It's a hard shot from Hulish around the outside, and it bounces in the corner and winds up coming out to Simon Kuchera. Kuchera hits it to Hulish. He does not miss on his second attempt. Boy, the Gaels have been playing very well as they've come through the tournament, gotten better as they've gone, but boy, Custodes just becomes so dangerous, especially in these evening games. They get the big crowd behind them. Hulish, low to high. A little page out of Mac O'Keefe's book with the elevator shot. Beautiful, sneaks it past Harwood. Vimala will pick it up off the face-off, and we're 6 and a bit minutes in. It's 2-1 Custodes. Lucas Kuchera handed it off. Vimala couldn't quite handle that. He gets it just before McKinney can grab it from him. What a pass by Vimala to try and hit Kuchera. Just got away from him. Knotek slips. Justin Bragg on him. Bragg gets him spun back the other way, but a nice job to intercede by Pavel Surk. Made it harder for Bragg to limit him, and they actually got a scoring chance there. But here come the Gaels in transition. Darren Elliott with the ball. Milligan will head down into the corner as Elliott hands it off. Now Milligan takes it from Cole Hanrahan. Martin Odanya on him. The pass across to the back door. Hanrahan can't quite make that one stick. Odanya, he's going to have to make sure he moves that ahead. He does. The captain, Thomas Prohashka, takes the pass. Peter Popia is the coach of this team. He's been a player with them for ages. Having all kinds of success. Now standing behind the bench instead of at the leaning against the boards. That's going to be over and back. Pesek. Oh, Tolmie with a chance. Slips down, and Pesek just managing to avoid getting a delay of game, because if he checked Tolmie, he looked like he was preparing to check Tolmie as soon as Tolmie play was being blown in. You do have to give him a chance to get restarted. Hanrahan just has that one get away from him. Here's Hulish. Got Thomas Hayek up ahead. He slips out. The feet slip out from under him. Hayek, fastest guy in the tournament, number 41 for the Czechs. Here's Stepan Friedel. He's pretty quick too. Watch there by McKinney. This is Lukas Kuchera finding some space. Over to Shirk. That one's a little bit wide. Weller thought he had it. Good to see him back out. He's going to scoop this up. He's got one guy off the bench. Runs through Martin Schruta. Great job by Wheeler, knocking over his fellow number 4. Not quite able to finish though. Here comes Prohashka. Thought about the one-hand shovel pass, but that would have been right into the stick of Brendan McDonald. Here's Yuji Luscott. Pesek to Hulish. Had a cutter, but he was covered. Hard shot by Pesek, but no problem for Harwood. Pesek has it back. Shovels out to Prohashka. That's a big save from Harwood as the Gaels just lost track of Prohashka. The long pass won't connect. It's snagged there by Matej Kressel. Oh, that's a tough pass to throw at Yuji Luscott, who does eventually come up with it. Now he is rubbed out along the boards by Owen Taylor. Langle trying to get in there. Langle comes up with it. Cirk with the forecheck pressure, but nice job being available by Ben McDonald. He's got Bragg ahead of him. He's going to move over to the far side. Now he's going to settle things down as they didn't have an opportunity to push in transition. Here's Milligan, formerly of the Panther City Lacrosse Club last year. Bragg. Hard cross-floor pass to Hanrahan. Little pick there from Elliott. Shoots around it just too high. Langle had to duck because that was dangerous. Milligan got the ball right on top of the crease. Martin Hodania, though, was right there. And Milligan wound up ringing the ball off of Hodania's ankle or foot. Hodania was definitely hopping about a bit. He's rubbing that foot. That took quite a shot, but prevented a great scoring chance for Milligan. Tolmie couldn't quite grab that ball. Knotek gets a shot off from Friedel. Gets it back. young group out here. There's Knotek, just gets away from him, pops up into the air. It's a little lollipop for Harwood, who launches one ahead. McDonald, Brendan McDonald takes it. Hidden ball trick with McFarland. They know where it is, so he's going to give it up to Milligan and head over to his side. Strong right for the Gaels. Really strong right. They got 4 righties out there. It's a little odd for a Canadian team to get 4 righties on the floor. Elliott backs right into Hanrahan. Diving attempt. We've got a penalty coming. Check from behind. 2 of the Czechs. You see the play here. Oh, sorry, that's at the other end. Here we go. Yeah, it's before, just before we actually see that, but you can see the result of it. It was Vodalan. Josef Vodalan. We're in the 19, not the 6 that he's listed as. Gaels miss on that one, but McDonald gets it back. No look pass over to McDaniel and McFarland. Milligan's hard bouncer gets away. It doesn't touch anybody, so it will be over and back. But Thomas Hayek sprints into position. Here he comes, shoots early. And Harwood turns that one aside. I think he got a bit of it with his hand, and then it definitely pinged off the post, bounced all the way back into the Czech end. Harwood may not have touched that. That may have been just metal. Sir, trying to fight through the triple team. He's going to get some help from Kuchera. 3 seconds left on the Czech penalty. Vodalan is released. And with 8 left on the shot clock, he's just going to go to the bench. Pesek coming to the bench as well, and the Czechs will get forwards out because that went up out of play off the Green Gaels. And it's a reset. Pesek stays out. There's Kuchera. Over to Pesek. Sorry, that's Simon Kuchera with it. Now Lukasz Kuchera. Usually Luscott. 8 to shoot. The pass was intended for Pesek, and Luscott realized as he was throwing it, it was going nowhere near him. Tried to pull it back, and it just went into the corner. And that is going to get out of play off of the Green Gaels, and another possession for the Custodes, and they're going to change up a few players. Prohashka among them coming to play work the top of the penalty of the offensive formations. We are even strength. 2 minutes to go in the first half. The game's flying by another post. This one by Simon Kuchera after Hayek had banged one off the iron earlier. They lost track of Simon Kuchera, but he's unable to collect the pass, and Tolmie will just step out of the crease behind it and launch a pass up to Cameron Milligan at mid-floor. Milligan, basket over center, just makes it. Pretty good move to get there. Passes it down low, and Langle, the goal scorer for the Gaels, gives it off to Milligan. He spins under Strieblich. Pass doesn't quite connect. It's grabbed, though, by Mosier. Mosier rips one that's swallowed up by Slavik in his stick. Outlet pass to Vimala. Bobbled, so he's going to have to slow things down. He may have still had a chance to go to the net, but he's going to hit the trailer, Jan Hulish, who's wide open. Save Harwood. Boy, Harwood had some travel struggles. Was delayed. The whole team was delayed initially by about 10 or 12 hours, which led to them getting in at 1:30 at night instead of the middle of the day when they're supposed to get in here. Oh, a shot by Milligan. And he got Slavik ducking. I don't know why Slavik was dipping down quite so much, but Milligan must have sold him on the low shot, and that one was right up over the shoulder. You know what? Slavik barely even ducked. That's just a really good shot. Milligan leading this team, coming in with 6 goals coming into the game. 3 apiece for Bryce Tolmie and Julian Mosier. Tolmie running in transition, so pretty impressive there. Harwood in his one game with a 92% save percentage. The Czechs, led by Pavel Surk with 3 goals, and then a bunch of guys with 2 each. Stepan Friedel, Jan Hulish, Tomasz Knotek, Lukasz Kuchera, and Tomasz Prohashka. And Pesek is going to add one almost as we come to the half, but time will tick down, and the scoreboard was just empty. They're going to have to set it back up, but it is 2-1 for LC Custodes over the Green Gaels. No, it's 2-all. Of course, that late goal by Cam Milligan tied it up. So we're going to go to the half for a 2-minute break. And when we start again, it'll be 15 minutes to decide who advances to the semifinals against the winners of the last game, the Glasgow Clydesiders. I'm Stephen Stamp. This is the AHM 2023. We'll be back in a minute and a half. See you then. All right, lacrosse friends, we are about 15 minutes from knowing who all of our semifinalists will be at the 2023 Aleš Hřebeský Memorial. The first semi will feature the Turku Titans and the Nova Scotia Privateers. The second will be the Glasgow Clydesiders against whoever scores more goals in this second half, the final 15 minutes of the final quarterfinal. Oh, his lane opens wide for Friedel, but then a nice slide at the last moment by Tolmie. Knocks away his shot. Here's Ben McDonald. He's got a man off the bench. It's Milligan. He catches it. Just misses on the far side. McDonald leaves it there for Milligan. Heads up play by the young defender to get it to Milligan. And here is Darren Elliott. Mosher spins, shoots, nice arm save. Slavic. It's grabbed once again by Elliott. Mosher down to Langle. Milligan, good feed, but another save by Slavic. On Elliott, the outlet pass doesn't quite connect with Vodalan, and then Weller just bangs him away and lets the ball roll over to Harwood. He outlets the mid-floor to Bryce Tolmie. Milligan from the outside, well off the mark, but it comes straight out to Tolmie, so no harm done. 12 to shoot. Tolmie, watched by Matus Tilsher. Got it in one hand. Down to 5 seconds. Kressel gets the ball. Langle has to leave his stick as he got separated from it. He'll hit the bench. And here comes Antonin Gottwald over center. Prohashka looking for the pass coming off the bench. Oh, so they'll skip it over to Lushcott instead. Nice job on the two-man defense there by Bragg and Bachman. Pesek. Watched by McDonald. Bounce shot by Lushcott is off target. Lots of time left if they can get it back, and they do. Knotek gets it. He's pinned along the boards by Beckett. Quick stick back to Pesek. What an effort by Thomas Knotek along the boards He is getting lots of love from his teammates after winning that battle, fighting through to lead up to setting this goal up a few minutes into the second half. Hope we see it along the boards. We're just going to see the pass at the end and the quick stick from Peshek. But the play along the boards really led to that happening. Behind the back chance. That one's blocked though from the stick of Hulish. Told me. Pins his man along the boards. 5 guys going after it. .30 expired. Penalty coming now to the Czechs. Friedel putting on some forecheck pressure. It's going to be close to a 10-second count. That is 10 seconds. They just make it. Tolme has it. Cardiff is flattened. Passes through to Mosher. Doesn't get it. As Vimala grabs it, it's going to be a delay of game interference call. To step on Friedel. Here's the play. I think this is actually the check up at center. That one's fine. Gottwald just flattened Cardiff as he passed off the ball. Here's a chance for Langle. Gottwald running in transition. They're trying to get Prohaska out to join him. They just get him on the floor. They're going to go to Peshek instead. He can't quite handle the pass. Gottwald has it. Prohaska's on the backside. Bragg watching his angle, his passing lane closely though. Peshek cutting. Nicely picked up by Backman. Beckett gets flattened and it's going to be Green Gaels possession. Oh, and Tolme is down. He's looking pretty hurt. It didn't look like a lot of contact from Prohaska. Tolme actually pushed Prohaska in the back because Prohaska was in the way. So Prohaska responded with a slash to the knee. And Tolme is definitely looking a bit shaken up. It didn't look like a lot of contact, but sometimes it feels worse than it looks. Oh, what a save by Slavik. Mosher just had to double clutch to make sure he had possession. Hayek taps it ahead to himself. Great play. You can see him waiting to do it. Here he comes all alone, scores! Hayek is a game-breaking difference maker, and he has just made it a 4-2 game for LC Custodes. What a play. I hope we see the replay from the beginning. Oh, he's just picking it up there. I'd love to have seen as he was coming up, Cam Milligan going for the ball. Hayek could see where Milligan was, where the play could develop, and he just waited for a moment, then tapped the ball around, sprinted past, and nobody is catching Thomas Hayek. I'll have to look and see if Bryce Tolme is ready to come back out, because that would be a huge loss. He's still one of the best players of the tournament. I think he's good to go. We'll take a look. Yeah, he's the next guy on the D-door. He'll be ready for the next shift. Here's Kuchera. Hard pass, quick stick, Knotek. What a passing play from Jan Hulish to Thomas Knotek at a combined age of about 42 or so. There is much of the future of this Czech lacrosse program and the Custodes. Look at Hulish with the ripped pass and Knotek right there. Get horizontal and tap it home. You can see him slipping by. Just loses his defender, Bragg. And it's 5-2. Oh, Custodes can just come at you. There's going to be a penalty coming to the Gaels, and Vimala will run into Bragg. It's an illegal body check to Bragg. And then Vimala comes and hits him and has a word for Bragg. There's the hit that was called. And then Vimala came along and laid a pretty solid one in defense of his teammate on Bragg, who'll serve a minute or less. And we're past the midway point of the second half, and it's 5-2 for for Custodes, and they're on the power play going lefty strong. Custodes taking their time to get things going. Prohaska. That's Hulish who set up that last goal. Hulish having a great game. Lucas Kuchera, he's another big part of the future, just a youngster. Pesek behind the net. Shirk. It's a goal. It's 6-2. Custodes are starting to look dominant. Handicapping this game, I thought it was going to be a pretty good matchup. The Gaels, a solid club. They've got skill. They've got grit. They've got goaltending, but boy, the Custodes are just putting it all together. Shirk, great job getting the dive going and then just tucking up with his stick. You can see he puts it right up under the crossbar. So Dominic Pesek has a goal for Custodes in this game. He is a veteran. He's been around certainly since the 2015 Worlds. But then the rest, Hulish. Well, Pesek, sorry, he has two. But then Hulish, Hayek, Knotek, and Cirk, all young players, all brilliantly talented. There's a dunk to match it by Cam Milligan, and that is very close to a carbon copy. And Milligan, heads up play to just pop up, not celebrate, just get to the bench so they can have a face-off and keep going and try to keep this comeback on the move at 6-3. Milligan, little fake to the far side. There was not much space as Slavik took the big step over, and Milligan, with the slick stick skills, rams it up into the very top of the top corner. It's 6-3. Here's McDonald. Milligan again. Vodal out on him. Vimala with the slide. Big check. Oh, that's very close to a check on the ground. Vimala, the first hit was good. Sent Milligan sliding. Then Vimala gets on him again while he was prone, which close to a penalty. Milligan grabs that one. Vodal on him. Shot saved easily by Slavik, and he's outletting to Hayek. Green Gaels did a great job getting somebody out to take away transition, but they can't get the second guy. That's low shot saved by Harwood. Great hustle by number 17, Shane Backman, to go pick up that loose ball, and he gets a hit to McKinney. The Gaels continue to press. 4:40 to go. 6-3 the score, Custodes. Gaels obviously not giving up here. Bouncer far side, Darren Elliott at 6-4 with 4:28 to go. And the Gaels again rushing back to their bench. Ryan Langle actually pushing some of his teammates towards the bench. You're going to see a beauty of a shot here. Just getting his lane. Not a lot of power on that because he was kind of on the run sidestepping, but Darren Elliott knew exactly where he wanted to put it, and he put it exactly there. Beckett was going to grab Andre Strieblik and tug him down, but the Czechs gained possession anyway. Lucas Kuchera heading up towards center. Now we leave it back for Prohaska. Under 4 to play. 6-4 the score. What a great game. Here's Kuchera. Knotek, hard shot. And what a stop by Harwood. Slamming the arm down to his body and just squeezing it in there. Milligan. Elliott to Milligan, the two last scores, but then Milligan's return pass is picked off and Gottwald on the run. And again, look at the waves of red. Here's Gottwald, that shot, nice work by Tolmie. But they can't stop the second guy as Hulish is there. And the Gaels did a great job getting the first player changed, get somebody to the bench and get a defender out. But then there's just red shirt after red shirt coming after him, and Hulish tucks that home. You can see Tolmie helps on Gottwald. Harwood going after that, but he reaches up, and Hulish sees the stick is up. This is going to be a great angle. Harwood puts the stick up, so Hulish just goes underneath it. Tolmie, a desperation effort, dives across, puts his body in the line, but not quite in time. That's a dagger. It's 7-4, under 3 minutes to go. Custodes get the ball. Prohaska, Loshkot, they're taking their time. 15 to shoot. Oh, the shovel pass doesn't get through. McDonald on him. Loshkot runs through the check. 8 to shoot. Shovels to Shirk. Nice save, Harwood. Can't afford to let any more go. Oh, that's going to be given away. He's trying to get it all the way down the floor to Milligan. It looked like it kind of slipped off on him out of the stick, and Vimala looked like the intended recipient of that pass. Now we're going to get under 2 minutes here and into the final stretch of stop time as the Czechs maintain possession. Jakub Vimala, alternate captain. Again, he was 19 when he represented the Czechs at the 2015 World Championship in Onondaga, and he has been a huge part of the program ever since. Bryce Tolmey's going to return a check as Shimon Kuchera took that shot. It went off the foot of Tolmey, the shoe, and up and out of play. Somebody threw the ball back in. Green Gaels aren't happy that the clock was, I think, was the clock ticking? It should have stopped at that point. Here's Friedel. Prohashka. Shimon Kuchera's pass is tipped away. McDonald almost sprung himself. He's going to stay up. No, he's coming back now. Pesek drives, scores! Patrick Pesek, 8-4 Custodes, and they are pretty surely going to be heading back to the semifinals. Their route to this game was a 10-4 opening win over Megamen, and then a 6-4 battle over the Nova Scotia Privateers. And now, facing another very good team, they're up 8-4. So they've only given up 4 goals per game, and they've scored a bunch. That gives them now 24 goals scored, 4 and 12 against. Very successful tournament so far for LC Radotín. And they're looking like they're back to the semifinals. The Gaels lost to Alberta Warriors 5-3, then beat Nizhny Mesto 7-5. And again, they're still challenging, dominated their playing game 6-1 over the Moon Bears. And now looks like they're going to fall a bit short in their return to the tournament. Hoping to get back to the glory they had in their first days. Hulish adds one more. It's 9-4. I believe that's a hat trick for Hulish as well. So a pair of hat tricks. Pesek and Hulish, each with 3 goals. And Custodes are starting to pull away. The Gaels actually won this tournament the first 2 times they came, in 2007 and in 2010. They've had a few other top 4 finishes: 3rd in 2013, 2nd in 2014, 2nd in 2015, 3rd in 2016. 4 straight years of being top 4. They're not going to be top 4 this time, as they will be playing for 5th to 8th. They'll have those 5 through 8 semifinals tomorrow, early in the morning, relatively early. Custodes, meanwhile, are going to be back on the floor tonight. The final seconds tick away. The semis are set. A little pushing and shoving down in the corner, but that's going to all wrap up. So, the Nova Scotia Privateers with a 6-4, the Turku Titans with a 5-4 win over Tel Aviv will face the Nova Scotia Privateers, who beat Alberta Warriors 6-2 in those pair of quarterfinals. The other semi, the Glasgow Clydesiders, 5-2 winners over the London Knights, against the 10-4 or 9-4 victors in this 4th quarterfinal. The Radotín, or the Lacrosse Club Custodes from here in Radotín over the Gaels. The semifinals go tonight. Turku and Nova Scotia at 8:10. And then 1 hour later, it will be Glasgow and Custodes, and those games will be 3 12-minute. You can actually go to ahmemorial.cz, see all the results, all the scores, and everything. And there's a rules link that lets you know the semis are 3 minutes, 3 times 12 minutes running time, 2 minutes stop time at the end. So a little longer. Join us for those 8:10 and 9:10, and you can go and see all the games on the LCC Radotín YouTube channel. I'm Steven Stamp. Thank you so much for being with us, lacrosse friends. We're going to see you in approximately 2 hours.